Welcome to episode 8 of the Gentsmen podcast, where I'm a realist. What the are you? You already know what's up. I hope your week has been going well. I'm Ray Gentsmen, your host, and today I'm gonna be talking about building bonds without a commitment. So basically, what happened was I saw someone post a snap of this old post from Drake. Right, it's from June 11th, I believe. Yeah, June 11th. Obviously, it's been deleted, so I had to screenshot that snap. Oh, they didn't think I was on some other stuff, but I didn't see it. I never actually saw the post. I don't know how long he left it up before he took it down, but let me read it to you real quick. It says, "I never understood the concept of being in a relationship without the title. I don't see how you can lay and cuddle with someone, go out and have fun with, have conversation, exchange intimate words, give your body time and energy, and large peace of your heart and mind to someone you're not with or intend to be with in the near future. You're just with them for entertainment and temporary fulfillment to pass the time, which is a waste of time. You built a bond with someone for no reason. Half the time, one person wants the actual relationship but settles. I feel like situations like this are becoming super common and are devaluing the sadness of relationship, marriage, and love. That's just me though, in parentheses, us. I don't know who us is, but hey, anyways, so basically, like, it kind of caught me by surprise. I thought this was like a new post when I initially seen it. I had to go, I was like, let me shoot the champagne poppy Instagram and see what's going on. And then I seen obviously it wasn't there. And then I had to go back to their thing and it was like June 11th. So I was like, ooh, let me screenshot this. Be a good topic for my podcast. Would have been even better if I'd have caught this when it initially happened, right? But it's like, to me, right, with basically, like I said, the title, Building Bonds with No Commitment, basically, is essentially what he's saying. If the issue would be if this happens and the other person doesn't know what's going on, basically, right? If people aren't being warned up front. If you're not being warned up front and then you just going through the motions, you're thinking you're gonna get a relationship, you're trying to build that time, you're trying to get to know them. This, the dating phase. You're dating, you're going out, you're trying to see how that person is, you're kind of building the emotions, but you don't let the initial emotions like get to you. You see past it and you further try to develop whatever it is that you have with that person, right? And then you end up finding out that they don't want a relationship. They don't want a commitment. They aren't even really remotely interested in marriage, right? They're not interested in anything. It was just like you said, fulfillment, entertainment, temporary fulfillment to pass the time. Like you said, which is a waste of time. If that person doesn't know what's going on, obviously, that makes sense. And that type of situation is very common. It's super common, as he said, that people end up going through the motions with a person. They're going on all these dates. They tell them some of, maybe some of their secrets, maybe not all, because I'm not expecting this to be any more than a year, of doing this or two before really a year before you be like, hey, what are we? We are farmers, bump it on. Anyways, so yeah, then you end up finding out that they don't want nothing. That's a waste of time. And that's super common. People won't tell you. They might kind of give you hints that they are somewhat interested in a relationship when they're really not. That happens a lot. We've all been, played in that type of situation. I know I have. But that's where the issue is. But If you were told, right? If you were told upfront, if someone's actually honest with you, and you're told upfront that, hey, look, I'm not really looking for a relationship. I'm not really into commitment right now. I'm just dating. If they even want to call it that, you know what I'm saying? You might start off as just friends, and you know what I'm saying? You catch a vibe with that person. So you're vibing with them, you catching feelings. Maybe they catching feelings, maybe they not really catching feelings, but y'all doing a lot of things together and you're kind of getting your feelings up there. But you were told they're not looking for anything. They told you straight up. You know what I'm saying? And like he says in that first situation I gave you, a person, like he said, ends up settling when they really want a relationship the first go around. When you're not told, right? You just settle like, F it. You know what I'm saying? Your feelings kind of hurt, but if you get to stick around, they're not kicking you to the curb, be cool with it. But in this second point that I'm making, where you know you're told, broad daylight told, you know what I'm saying? Text message told, I'm not looking. Hell, when they got your number, they told you. Or when you got their number. Excuse me. They told you what was up, right? They told you. They said, I'm not looking for nothing. I don't want nothing. But hey, you can catch this vibe. You feel me? And I think that's where I have no problem with. If I don't care if that's becoming super common, because at the end of the day, you can't tell somebody, hey, you ought to be in a relationship. That's how it's supposed to be. And, being that this came from Champagne Poppy himself, like Soulja Boy said, Drake, the man that's hiding his child from the world, but the world want to hide from this kid, Drake. If it's coming from, you know what I'm saying? It's not like you've been in a relationship in a while. Or maybe this has been happening to him. Ain't no telling. Mr. Retire stripper himself. But it's like, if you were told, you can't really fault that person. You can't say that's really an issue, because some people aren't really built for relationships. They're not built for it. And when they're trying to do it, it's just not working out. Either they hurting you or they getting hurt. So in that instance, it shouldn't be an issue. If you're in that situation where somebody told you flat out, and like Drake said, you're settling, I mean, you know your worth. You know what was up. If you know you're worth more than that, you're worth being committed to, you're worth, building a marriage, building, wealth, building businesses together. If you're trying to be on that, if you're trying to be J and B, then you know not to be talking to that person. Maybe they can be, a friend. And I really mean friend. Don't let me just get to the next point. The next point would be the people who stick around thinking they could change somebody. That's what I think is, besides a person not knowing, but that's also the bigger issue. That's like self-destruction at its finest, or self-harm. Let me see. Is there a better word I can think of for it? No. Basically, self-destruction at its finest. Because you know what's up. You knew that's what they wanted. See, people be thinking, because I've had this said before, they think you're just going through this phase, like, oh, they're just going through this phase. They'll get over it. They don't want a relationship right now. That's just because they haven't met a real one yet. That nonsense. So a person would stick, and I don't know what the dude version would be. Like, I really want her. I'm going to make her feel me. Or something like that. I don't know. I'm a corny dude, so I can't think of what the cool way would be. It would be said. But they stick around thinking that they can change someone. And a lot of times, all right, initially, let's be honest, it's the looks. It's either the looks, the money, or the body. All right, initially. And then when you see it's some substance behind it, then you're like, oh my gosh, I got to have this person. We've been spending all this time together. They gotta change, I know they feel me. I know they see this realness over here. I'm holding it down for them. Whatever people be thinking and conjuring up in their head. And it doesn't work out that way. They still end up with their feelings hurt. Like, you'll have a wonderful woman stick around, because a lot of times it's like you're not looking, and then you stumble into a person like this, and you think they're a good person. Like, oh yeah, I can mess with them. I can see myself with them, but they don't want nothing. And then you'll have this wonderful female stick around. She'll be like, I was there for you. Like, I really love you, and I care about you, and like, how can you do this to me? Like, you don't see how good of a person I am? Like, it hurts that you don't value me and realize like how rare I am. And like, I I thought you would change, and I just, I put my feelings on the line. And like, I don't see why is this happening to me? Like, I'm a good person. Like, this always happens to me. Like, why doesn't anybody want me? And you know how that go. That was fun. That was kind of hard to get through. But yeah, it's like that'll happen. It's like, I don't understand like how you can put yourself in that situation if a person told you straight up. But sometimes like we fool ourselves into thinking that that person will see how good we are, and how rare we are and how much we bring to the table. And we think that, if you don't force it, it'll happen. If it's meant to be, it'll happen. But somewhere along the line, like, your feelings get caught up and you really can't see yourself without that person. And how else can I put it? You just was really hoping that, they would give it a chance. They would give you a chance. But it just doesn't work like that. And no, at the end of the day, you got to protect your feelings and protect yourself. You know your worth. You know what you want. You know what your dream life is. Because a lot of us are chasing like our dream life. We're chasing our dream relationship and our dream life. And when we see people who fits that puzzle of what we're envisioning for our future and how we want to be, like, the relationship goes, we have that picture in our mind of what that person looks like and how many kids we're going to have, what type of house we're going to have, what type of job we're going to have. But it doesn't work that way, At the end of the day, you can't fault people for how they feel. If people don't want relationships, you can't fault them. You also can't really fault people who want relationships, but you just got to understand that if somebody doesn't want that, take what they say at face value and move on if that's not what you want. But if you want to be friends, that's cool. I mean, it's becoming super common that a lot of people don't really want relationships. They just want, I don't know, what was it? Situationships, whatever. Something like that. And at the end of the day, I think our generation, more so probably than any generation before it, it's kind of taking a long time to find ourselves because we have so many options. Like, we can be entrepreneur, we can be this, we can be that. Also, like, you have feminists, like women are coming into their own. They're having more options. They're kind of realizing their value. And men, trying to get away from being a toxic masculinity and all that other stuff that we're all kind of like scrambling everywhere, trying to figure like, who am I? What do I stand for? Where can I help out? How can I be successful? Because I mean, to be honest, I think we're in almost one of the last booms as far as being an entrepreneurship. Like, a few years ago you had, I don't know, that... I don't want to sound ignorant on the subject. Like, you've had booms like 1950s, 60s, maybe starting your own car dealership was booming. I don't know. Um, being an entrepreneur the old fashioned way without the internet probably boomed like maybe in the 90s or something like that, maybe the early 2000s. But I feel like as far as being an overnight success, excuse me, not necessarily overnight, but I feel like the internet kind of like social media boom where you can grow your business through social media or be a YouTuber or be a podcaster or an artist, a music artist, a producer. This is kind of like the last quick boom. I feel like that's going to be for a long time because technology was like the last thing that's really making advances. And I feel like it's going to get to a point where the internet is oversaturated, right? So we're all trying to scramble and get it while we can before it's too late. And at the end of the day, sometimes when we're chasing our dreams and chasing these businesses, we still don't know who we are. So then once we get there, then we got to figure out who we are. But if you're not chasing that, then you're trying to figure out who you are. So I feel like relationships is kind of like the last thing on everybody's mind because we feel like we got time and being that we can connect with. You're not limited to your city anymore. You can connect with a female or a male from a completely different state. Hell, from a completely different country. So I think that it's becoming super common that we're just out here kind of having like flings. We're having one-nighters. We're having, months where we spend with somebody, but there's no commitment that comes after it because we're just trying to get it and we don't really know ourselves to kind of like know what we really want. We think we want something, but it turns out that's not really what's good for us. So we're all just trying to find ourselves out here in the world. And I think that's why it's super common, but I don't think it's anything wrong with it because at the end of the day, we shouldn't settle. I've seen, the past generations kind of settle with the person that they was left with. And I think we're trying so hard to avoid that type of love where it's like, I couldn't get my first love or the person who loved me the most. So I'm going to settle with this person. Like, I think we're kind of past that. Kind of like what Uncle Phil on Fresh Prince, where he was like, yeah, I forgot what lady he said. I wanted so-and-so because I think we'll end up sleeping with her. He was like, I wanted so-and-so, but I ended up settling for Vivian. And then she heard him and he had to chase up there, baby, I didn't mean it like that. We're trying to avoid those things. So I don't think it's anything wrong with it. I think that, with soul ties, you probably shouldn't just be sleeping around like that. But I mean, if you're promiscuous, if you're a sex addict, then do you. But at the end of the day, find comfort in yourself and understand what it is, what you want. So you won't waste your time or anybody else's. But moving on. The foolish Olympic gold, silver, and bronze medal go to Donald Trump. Bro, how you keep saying you don't know what a category 5 is? Talking about, it's a category 5 hurricane. I've never even heard of one before this one. This doesn't happen too often. Like, bro, you say that like every time, like literally. There's clips. I think D.L. Hughley uploaded it on his Instagram where he says it's like, I think it started back in like 2017. I guess when he was elected president, whatever. I haven't even been paying attention since this dude was elected. But I want to say he started 2017. So ever since then, he's been saying he doesn't know what a category 5 is. And this is like somebody said on the Shade Room, can y'all please give us another puppet? We're tired of this one. You can take it back. You know what I'm saying? But also with Foolish Olympics, if y'all don't mind, if you see something foolish, hashtag Foolish Olympics, tag me in it on Instagram at Gentsmen Podcast. That way I can see it. That way I'll know. And then I can kind of add. I've been kind of scrambling, trying to get everything together. As you can see, it's a different setup. I got like a monitor now, so I can kind of keep up with like my notes and stuff. So cause I get to rambling sometimes and I forget. So I kind of like got it right here. Obviously I'm be trying to live stream here real soon. I don't know how long it's gonna take. Order PC monitor, the PC because it's just the monitors. I'm waiting on the PC, and FedEx delivered it to the wrong person that had them signed for it. So I don't know how that's gonna go. Trying to be optimistic about it. Y'all who's been here since like my other podcast know it's been a struggle for me getting comfortable even doing this like just myself. Like it's hard, you know. Um, but I'm gonna keep bringing y'all them topics that make you think, and you know, just share it. You know, share this, like it, comment. If you see any flaws, bro, hey, just point them out. You know, if you feel like I can do something better, just let me know. I'll try and do it better. Because right now I know some people might think I'm doing well, but I feel like I can be way more polished and refined more polished and refined than this. I just have to, you know, find the time to practice and stuff while I'm trying to get everything together. Because I got some big things coming. I got some other people coming. Gentsmen is a team. It's a family. And y'all gonna see some of them. Some of them game. You know, we got one that write poetry. It's all coming. You just gotta stay tuned. But please share. Please share. Like this. Comment. I respond. If y'all see this, you know, if you're watching this on YouTube, you'll see. Go look at my other comment sections. You know, I respond to whoever comments. And just support. I'm switching this from SoundCloud to Anchor. It's only being swapped off of SoundCloud. It'll be on Spotify and Apple Podcasts still. It'll be on Anchor.fm and some other place. I think Google Podcasts, it'll be on there because I swapped it to Anchor so I can monetize quicker. But yeah, if you like this, let me know how you feel. If you've been in this situationship or bonding without commitment. And this has been episode 8 of the Gentsmen podcast. I'm Ray Gentsman. I'm a realist. What the fuck are you? You dig? And I'm out.